Hello friends, very good morning to all of you. Today I am going to deal with your chapter grammar chapter direct indirect part 2. In this video we will come across some other rules which will help you to convert your direct speech into indirect one. I hope it will help you for your further practice content. Direct indirect speech part 2. As I told you that we are going to deal with some other rules which will help you to work on other examples or the given direct speech, and how with the help of this you can convert it into indirect. Last part we have dealt with 3 rules. Today we are going to deal with rule number 4. Direct speech into indirect speech conversion. Interrogative sentence. If you are dealing with the interrogative one, then how you will change it? No conjunction is used. If a sentence in direct speech begins with a question, like what, where, when, means if there is a WH question, then there is no need to use conjunction, because WH question itself becomes the conjunction, as the question word itself acts as a joining clause. For example, where do you live? Asked the boy. The boy inquired where I lived, because you become I. So where do you live? So boy asked, the boy inquired or asked where I lived. If a direct speech sentence begins with an auxiliary verb, helping verb, the joining clause should be if or whether. Means if your direct sentence begins with an auxiliary verb or a helping verb, then you have to join clause with the help of if or whether. For example, she said, will you come for the party? While you are changing it to indirect, she asked whether or if, whatever you want to, whether we would come for the party. Reporting verbs such as said, said to, changes to inquired, asked or demanded. According to your sentence need, you can put inquired, asked or demanded in place of said and said to. Direct to indirect speech examples, like he said to me, what are you wearing? He asked me what I was wearing. A change, simple present tense change into simple past. Rule number 5. Direct speech to indirect speech conversion, change in models. If they are dealing with this model auxiliaries, then how you will change? While changing a direct speech to indirect speech, the model used in the sentences change, like if you are using model or model sentence are there, then how you will change? Can become could, may becomes might, must becomes had to or would have to, according to the need. She said she can dance. Indirect. She said that she could dance. You have to just add that, and can could you have to just change. Direct. She said I may buy a dress. He she said I may buy a dress. Indirect. She said that she might buy a dress. May become might. Direct. Ram said, I must complete the assignment. Ram said that he had to complete the assignment. So as a place of must, you can use have had to or would have to according to the need of the sentence. He and she. Yes. There are models that do not change, like could, would, should, might, ought to. This should not be changed because they are already in the converted form. For direct, for example, she said, I should clean the house. She said that. Indirect, she said that she should clean the house. So, should would be there as it is. You have to just change this change this you know this pronoun of the subject according to the speaker and listener. That is the only thing you have to do. Rule number 6: direct speech into indirect speech conversation pronoun. How you will change your pronouns. The first person in direct speech changes as per the subject of the speech. As I told you, he said, I am in class 12th. Indirect, he says that he, I is going to change like the speaker pronoun he. So you have to change I according to he. He says that he was in class 12th. Okay, simple become simple present become simple past. The second person of direct speech changes as per the object of reporting speech. For example, she says to them, you have done your work. She tells them that they have them according to you have to change. If you are using them object, so at subject plus you have to use their subject pronoun they have done their work. Your again you have to change according to the listener. So them, no, their work. The third person of direct speech doesn't change. He says she dances well. Indirect, he says that she dances well because the third person of direct speech is not changing, he and she. Rule number 7: direct speech to indirect speech conversion. Request, command, wish, explanation. These are explanation. These are the types of questions: the optative sentences, imperative, exclamation. So this you have to keep in your mind. Indirect speech is supported by some verbs like requested, ordered, suggested, and advised. Forbid is used for a negative sentences. Therefore, the imperative mood in the direct speech change into the infinitive in indirect speech. Because we know that imperative sentences start with the verb and infinitive is something which is main verb. She said to her, please complete it. Please complete it. It's an imperative sentence. She requested her. Please is used for a request. She requested her to complete it. Hamid said to Ramid, sit down. Hamid ordered to Ramid. Hamid Hamid ordered Ramid to sit down. It's a very easy one. In exclamatory sentences that express grief, sorrow, happiness, applaud, interjections are removed and the sentences is changed to an assertive sentence. Exclamatory changes into assertive. She said, alas, I am undone. She exclaimed sadly that she was broke. Okay, so undone or broke. Rule number 8, direct speech to indirect speech conversion. Punctuations. What kind of punctuations you have to keep in your mind. In indirect speech, the words actually spoken should be in a quotes and always begin with the capital letter. Here, she said, I am the best. So, I am the best is in double inverted comma. So, this is the direct one. Full stop, comma, explanation or question mark are placed inside the closing inverted comma. Whatever you are using like full stop, comma, exclamations, questions mark, that you have to place inside the closing inverted commas. Like they asked, can we sing with you? If direct speech comes after the information about who is speaking, a comma is used to introduce the speech placed before the first inverted comma. What is saying that if direct speech comes after the information about who is speaking, so comma is used to introduce the speech placed before the first inverted comma. Like example, he shouted, comma, shut up. Inverted comma sentence comes after that. So he shouted came first. So after that you have to put comma, then double inverted comma, and your answer and your sentence shut up. Direct speech example. Thinking back, comma, double inverted comma. He said. So double inverted comma sentence is first and then he said. She didn't expect to win. Double inverted comma. Comma is used to separate the two direct speeches and no capital letter to begin with the second sentence. In the second sentence there is no capital. In the first there is a capital. T is capital. Two inverted words, inverted comma sentence are the first thinking back. He said. The second one is she didn't expect to win. Direct speech to indirect speech conversion, change of time. Okay. Indirect speech, the words that express nearness in time or place are changed to words that express distance in indirect speech. As we all know that at time suggesting, expressing words are also changed. Now becomes then, here becomes there, ago becomes before. Yes, thus becomes so, today becomes that day, tomorrow becomes the next day, this becomes that, yesterday becomes the day before, this becomes those, hither become thither, come becomes go, hence becomes thence, next week or month becomes following week or month. So these are the changes of time showing words. For example, he said his girlfriend came yesterday. Indirect, he said that his girlfriend had come the day before. The time expression does not change if the reporting verb in the present tense or future tense. This time expression doesn't change if the reporting verb of your sentence is in a present tense or a future tense. For example, he says or he will say, my girlfriend came yesterday. So he says or will say that his girlfriend had come the day before. Rule of converting indirect speech into direct one. Now, okay, what are the things you have supposed to keep in your mind while you are changing your indirect speech into direct one? Use the reporting verbs such as say, said to in its correct tense. According to tense, you have to use your reporting verb. Put a comma before the statement and the first letter of the statement should be in a capital letter. So comma you have to put before the statement and first letter of the statement should be in a capital letter. Insert question mark, quotation mark, exclamation mark and full stop based on the mood of the sentence. You have to put this sort of question marks, quotation marks, these punctuations according to the mood of the sentence. Okay, so that too, if or whether, you have to remove this kind of conjunctions wherever necessary. Where the reporting verb is in the past tense in indirect, change it to present tense in the direct speech. When you are changing your where the reporting verb is in the past tense in indirect, when you change it into, it becomes present tense in the direct speech. Present tense in the direct speech. Change the past perfect tense either into present perfect tense or past tense as necessary. So past perfect tense change according to the need. Like if you are change the need of the sentence, you can change it to present perfect tense also or past tense also as your necessity. Indirect. She asked whether she was coming to the prom night. She said to her, are you coming to the prom night? Okay, because yes, she was and are you coming? So present continuous tense. Indirect. The girl said that she was happy with her result. So the girl said, I am happy with my result. So here it changed into simple past. To sum up, I would like to say that indirect is a thing and a topic on in which you have to be very careful regarding small changes occur in a one sentence. So if you are trying to practice according to the rules, if you're trying these sentences at means using these rules, you're trying the other sentences to change into indirect one, you will really get a grip over that, because every time you will get something regarding your rules. Okay, so while you are changing this, you will come across and slowly and steadily the rules are set up in your mind, and it will help you to change your direct speech into indirect one without any flaws and all. So you will be able to change it into or convert it into into indirect speech. I hope it will help you to improve your performance in a particular topic, and you will also learn basic rules which you have learned all these rules, but somehow you forget by the time. So it will really help you to improve your you know um, your previous knowledge of direct indirect speech, and you can also update your rules and knowledge regarding this. And as I have told you, the more you practice the sentences, the more you get benefits, because practice makes man perfect. So do practice, use these rules, practice sentences, and it will really help you to improvise your performance in direct indirect speech. I hope you like it. We will see you in the next one. Till then, have a good time ahead. Bye bye.